Hello guys, and welcome to Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. So, I don't think there's very much left, considering we've kind of solved all the mysteries except for Mari's. That seems to be the only mystery that's left. That, and I'm not entirely sure why Hiyoshi-san went crazy. That still hasn't really been entirely explained. Other than the fact that maybe he really did get possessed by the spirits of the fish and the director? Question mark? So that's possible. And I just thought I'd take a look at... Oh, wow. That's actually a lot less than I thought. I thought I grabbed a lot more. But I'm not... But maybe we're not almost done. Maybe there's more left. Who knows? Like, I know I've already gone through about 5 hours as I started this. Just now I looked and and Steam said I've been playing it for about 5 hours. So it's a decently long visual novel, but it's good. And it's really intricate and I like it a lot. Just the some of the horror aspects have definitely freaked me out a little, which is kind of the point. So yeah. Let's see where we last left off. Okay, right. I have to go. I can return to Himeno's side, or I can head for the deep sea fish booth. I personally want to go to the deep sea fish booth, so I'm gonna do that. I reach for the small handle under the director's desk. Wait just a little longer, Himeno. I have no time, but that means I have to be all the more careful. In a way, this is Manton Aquarium's final puzzle. The closed-down deep sea fish booth. Everything will be settled there. There has to be an end to the red Manton Aquarium. Embracing the vigor in my chest, I pull open the small door. I descend the ladder leading from the director's office, walk along the dark underground passageway for several meters, and reach another ladder. Causing a dull sound to echo, I climb the ladder. As I approach the door overhead, cold air flows through. Oof! Pushing the door up with my head, I've reached the top of the ladder. Whoa. This is cool, but spooky. This is the deep sea fish booth. I mutter, closing the door I came up through. Inside, it's pitch black. As if to match the real deep sea, it is a world with no light. My unease in the dark comes from deep down in my heart. However, at this moment, I am able to suppress that feeling. Stretching my arms out to the left and right, I carefully walk along. There must be something here. I'm absolutely sure of it. Huh, that light. After walking for a bit, I find a light floating in my path. It's neither the red light nor the blue one I saw in the director's office, but rather a golden light, like that of the morning sun. I suddenly begin walking towards that light. There may be nothing there, but I don't even consider that possibility. Pretty, it's a light. Pretty. Called by the light, I move forward. But I know. Having gotten close enough to touch the light, my movements seem to be off. The ball of light before my eyes has begun dodging me. A deep sea fish, huh? That much I can understand. A football fish, perhaps the most famous of the deep sea fish. It emits light even in the depths of the deep sea, slyly awaiting its prey. But I am no longer prey. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I feel it, but it's not coming out. Okay, whatever. Passing the light, it's as if something has been blown open, as things begin to flicker through the room. Yellow lights, blue lights, even red lights. They all rush about the room like fibers. All of the lights waver like the surface of the water. Thanks to the intermittent light, I begin to grasp the full form of the deep sea fish booth. Fish are swimming all throughout the room. The light itself is the fish's habitat. This is the seed to the fish spirits that have lost the malice that once guided them. I'm not afraid anymore. The director himself said they had all been freed from their malice. Just as he said, the fish no longer have any aggression. The oarfish, the monkfish, the hagfish. There are also ones with scary faces, transparent fish, and fish that glow beautifully, though differently from the football fish. This room, filled with several deep-sea fish, is more realistic and more magnificent than any other display space. I'm no longer afraid, so come on out. Weaving through all of the fish, I touch a wall on the inside of the deep-sea fish booth. Mari! Just as I call her name, I feel my legs slam close together. Are you serious? Huh? I suppose this is what you'd call carelessness. My legs have been grabbed by a large tentacle. It has white skin and pale pink suckers. At my feet is the deep sea. I can see a black shadow far closer to me than the bottom of the sea. I've seen this creature on the news on TV. It's the largest creature on planet Earth. A giant squid! My impatience is greater than my fear. Before it can pull me in, I have to escape. But the suction pads are strong, and as I struggle, another tentacle approaches. Dummy. Huh? That is the voice of hope. A small hand reaches down from above as I am pulled further into the deep sea, a hand of salvation for me as I writhe against imminent death in the darkness. You kidding? I'm fucking taking that hand. Big sister, if you go away before we get to make up, I really will hate you. I'm not going anywhere. First, I grasp her hand tightly with my right hand. At such a miracle, I begin to feel my zeal returning. Next, I grab that little hand with my left hand. I can feel my energy growing stronger. I'm pulled up with a great amount of power. It isn't just the owner of the voice's strength either. I can feel the intervention of a miraculous amount of power. With just that, the tentacles that hold my legs and have refused to let go are easily peeled away. Ow! Pulled from the darkness, I land on my backside. I don't know how many times today I've fallen down. Please cut it out. The bones in my butt feel like they'll break. This is no time for such carefree thoughts. I've ended up in the deep-sea fish booth once more. This room with so many types of fish just swimming about. She's here. I puff out my cheeks, place my hands on my hips, and push myself forward with my palms. Is it really her this time, though? Mari, really, Huh? Who are you? I thought you were my big sister, but you're grown up? Looking at me as I lift my head is a girl with long hair. Mari is looking down at me. It's me, Nakanobi Mayumi, your big sister. Yep, I'm not wrong after all. You're a grown-up, but you're my big sister. It wouldn't be surprising for her not to recognize me. In the 5 years that have passed, as I have been going through a growth spurt, I have grown quite noticeably. I cut my hair that was, at the time, as long as Mari's, and my looks and my body have become a little more mature. But Mari is laughing and nodding. She called me Big Sister. I've been looking for you this whole time, Big Sister. Since you got lost, I thought I should find you, Big Sister. The whole time. I realize that Mari's voice has an echo to it. It isn't because of the room that we're in. It's probably due to the light shining through Mari's silhouette. I saw something scary. A lady with a scary face who wouldn't let the man who looked worried get out of the water. She was drowning him. Oh, she witnessed it. She witnessed the director's death. A lady, a man. Could that be the director and Saganuma Reiko? I got so scared and I ran away, but this lady chased after me. Saganuma Reiko. Mari, I ran and ran. I hid myself in some sort of box. I thought of how I wanted to see you and stayed there the whole time. Then suddenly the whole place filled with water and I went to sleep. Oh my god. She drowned to death. 'Cause Saganuma Reiko drowned her. Mari, I'm sorry I couldn't save you. Having witnessed the scene of a murder, Mari ran away with and managed an aquarium as Saganuma Reiko pursued her. Then she ended up in some empty tank that was then filled with water. And then she... Was it an accident Saganuma Reiko's doing? Or could it have been possibly that she slipped into the Red Mountain Aquarium? In this world of strange phenomena, Mari herself probably doesn't even know. The one truth is that Mari's life was brought to an end. After that, why did you come back here? I don't know. I drifted, sleeping the whole time. Then I thought that you had come, so I woke myself up. Mari, you're dead, aren't you? I say these words enduring the pain in my heart. It feels like I've no choice but to say them. Yes. Sorry, big sister. The one who should apologize is me. I had no idea you faced something so terrible and I wasn't able to save you. Even though you waited here for me, I couldn't save you. That's right, jeez, because you always get lost. Big sister, are you crying? Mari says this to me in an innocent voice. I'm not crying. I am her big sister, 5 years her senior. So then I can't cry. Mari is smiling so broadly, I can't let her see me do something as uncool as crying. Finally, I was able to see Mari. Finally, I was able to reunite with Mari. No matter what form she takes, this isn't supposed to be a sad thing, is it? Well, I'm going now. To where? I don't know, but this cradle where I've been sleeping feels as if it's slowly disappearing. That's why I feel somehow that I'm not supposed to be here anymore. Mari, thank you for saving me. I was unable to save Mari, but even so, Mari brought me through my own crisis. I'm pretty pathetic for a big sister, huh? No. After all, you came to see me, didn't you? Yeah. Mountain Aquarium's final truth. For me, that would be Mari's death. I realized this a long time ago, honestly, but I was unable to accept it and let it go so easily. Little by little, the light enveloping Mari grows stronger. If the director was like a shell for the Red Mountain Aquarium, then Mari, surely being one drop amongst the collective, was being released. The thing that held her here is now gone. All around me, numerous other lights are climbing towards heaven. As if the ceiling is no obstacle, pillars of light fill the deep-sea fish booth. This other mountain aquarium is vanishing. Big sister, I love you. How about you? It's the same for me. As it should be. Well, I'm going then. Wait, Mari. What is it, big sister? This keychain. It's my treasure, so... I pull the keychain, bearing all of my memories from my pocket. I dropped it once, but it came back as if guided by destiny. A true treasure. Just as if she were seeing it for the first time, Mari makes a sad face. No fair. After all, back then you told me how important it was. It is important and precious, so I'll give it to you, Mari. I am your big sister, Mari. It was such a trivial thing that I regret from that day. I won't make that same mistake again. What it is that's important to me, I feel like I understand that a little better now than back then. Thank you, but sorry. I gave my keychain to a girl that looks just like me, so I can't trade with you. That keychain was Mari's. She gave it to Seiyo. Aww. A faint band of light appears in Mari's eyes. Illuminated by the numerous twinkling lights, Mari is so pretty. It's alright. In sync with my words, I rub Mari's head. I cannot touch her long hair, but even so, I embrace Mari. I know that girl. She's a friend of mine. Well then, I'll treasure it no matter what. Okay. The light envelops even me. The warmth is like Mari's own body temperature. In this way, Mari will probably go to heaven. I believe that Mari will definitely go on to a happier world. Because Mari is a kind girl. Do not toy with me! Huh? Ah! What the... As if an arrow had been shot through the room, all of the twinkling lights stop and sync with the voice. As soon as I hear that voice, the light surrounding Mari disappears, and it is as if time has stopped, leaving me wide-eyed at the small voice that screams hard enough to burn itself out. No. No, this shouldn't be. I deny the truth in front of me, the owner of that voice. Don't go deciding it's all over on your own. Sakuragi, going and destroying this place because you say your objective is complete. How convenient. I'll kill that brat. I'll kill anyone who saw what I did. Then I'll return to Manton Aquarium. The wall of the deep-sea fish booth is thrown open, and inside I can faintly see the tunnel tank. Himeno is standing there, lit from behind by the red light leaking out from the entrance. Her face is covered in a distinct shadow. This isn't the appearance of the weakened Himeno, nor is it the Himeno I know. Her breathing rough and her expression furious, she takes a stance like a model would. No! Why? Mari's gentle expression is changed to one of fear in an instant. Everything is bathed in the red light and my pulse quickens and grows stronger. My! As she says this, the corners of Himeno's mouth bend. Even though I recognize that expression as a smile, it takes me some time. Found you. You're that... No! Letting out a sudden scream, Mari takes off running. In order to reach the one and only exit in the basement, Mari uses her small body to slide past Himeno's thigh. Himeno, why? Hey, answer me, Himeno! Why, my name isn't Himeno. Huh? What do I do? Isn't that... Could she be... There's no mistaking that is Himeno's face and voice. However, this isn't the first time I've heard the way Himeno's speaking right now. I remember it. It's someone I know. Saganuma Reiko? You have guts to address a lady older than you without respect. So you were a spirit after all. Then how did you get Himeno's body? Through possession? Himeno, this vessel. This girl is shaken, and at the bottom of her heart she bore resentment. Resentment? Yes, as to the one who left her all alone. That would be you, Nana Nakanobi Mayumi-san. Himeno resented. Himeno gives a sly grin. No, the one in front of me isn't Himeno. It isn't. But I came all the way here for Himeno. I followed that brat to kill her, but I slipped from a machine and died, so I wasn't able to finish the job. If I can't get rid of my worries, I cannot rest easy. Sleep deprivation is the enemy of a woman's complexion. What? But you're already dead, aren't you? If she weren't dead, she couldn't possess Himeno like this. It does not matter. I will use this girl's soul, and this time, create my version of Manton Aquarium. There, I will resume my peaceful existence. If you're dragging Himeno into it, then it's all wrong, isn't it? My soul is nothing more than a droplet within Manton Aquarium. Just as I am released, I am pulled back in. My soul alone can't create Manton Aquarium. I need something not linked to this place or the other souls. So I'll use this girl's soul. Then isn't that enough? Mario's already... It does not matter. I will kill that child. If I don't, I cannot move forward. There's nothing more for you to move forward to. With a twisted expression, Himeno clicks her tongue with it. No, that's not Himeno. Himeno would never make that face. I'll go ahead and say this, but it's because this vessel has its own will that I am like this. The reason I hate you is because of a vector of malice from within. That's a lie. Mayu, I hate you. What? Words said on the spur of the moment, words that don't even fill up a second. Those words definitely originated from Himeno's mouth and Himeno's voice, in the same way of speaking that Himeno uses. Saganuma Reiko spins her body around and with the sound of her heels going clack, 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 leaves the deep-sea fish booth behind. She begins walking into the Manton Aquarium that is now corroded with red. Stupid. Himeno, you idiot! Feeling nauseated, I say this over and over. That's why I'll save you, no matter what! I don't care if Himeno does hate me, because I love her. So... I guess there's more. Okay. All throughout the red aquarium, the fish swim about. Rushing out of the tanks that served as containers, they literally migrate in it every inch of the area. It has become a big ocean, far greater than just the deep-sea fish booth. The cutlass fish that was hopping around the tunnel tank is now just a school of fish swimming about. Occasionally, a manta ray passes at my feet and a small shark swims overhead. The fish's understanding of this space is probably different from mine. The walls, floors, and ceilings are definitely there, but any concept of up or down, left or right is irrelevant to them. The two perceptions of the world are merging together. Neither version of the world seems to be changing into the malicious aquarium that existed up until now. All of it blends together, a world on the threshold. If what Saganuma Reiko said is true, at that moment Mari and I touched hands. The new Red Manton Aquarium was completed. I won't let you! This is something I definitely will not allow. I can guess where she's heading. I double my speed and head for that place as well. She said that she fell from a machine. If there's a machine high enough to die from falling off of, there's no place that could be except for the machine room. There was a ladder leading to it from the passageway where Hiyoshi-san went crazy. So that's the way I headed. Weaving through the fish, I move along. I'm going to save the people who are important to me. Let's go. There's a door combined with a panel on the wall just after exiting the tunnel tank. Upon closer inspection, the words staff only are written on it. I open it and see that there's a staff passageway that goes to the stage. There are many hidden passageways besides this one in the aquarium. Before I realize it, I've become so knowledgeable about this place. I have no time to get caught up in the sentimentality. Stopping Saganuma Reiko takes priority. On opening the door, cool air flows out. Just to be safe, I look all around, but there's no sign of Hiyoshi-san. The time axis may still be changing every time someone passes through a door, but I don't sense any strange phenomena in the dead silence of the passageway, so all that's left to do is to move on. Himeno! Though I call out in a loud voice, I get no response. Himeno! Mari! Where are you? As I move further into the passageway, I call out several times. However, there is no response. If so, then Saganuma Reiko has probably already climbed up. I climb the ladder on the side of the passageway. As this passageway is essentially in a sub-basement, the very top is quite high up. I climb it in one go. Looking out, I'm on a walkway above the tunnel tank. From here, one could feed the fish in the tank or adjust the machines. Being above the tunnel tank puts me about 3 stories high. Looking up from below, it's hard to tell how high up this goes thanks to the water. Physically, I get the sense that that's how high I've climbed. It's so deep I can't see the bottom. Even if I fell into the water from here, it would still be dangerous. With my clothes, I'd easily sink to the bottom, and if there were no water, just thinking about it is terrifying. Right now, I can be certain that there is water filling it to the brim. This thin walkway above the giant tank is a bridge about 10 meters across. Even missing one's footing by one step could easily lead to them falling. There seems to be a ladder on the other side as well. The metallic footsteps coming from over there hint at that fact. Over there are Himeno and Mari. I've heard those footsteps before. They're Himeno's boots. My, you know this place well. From her head down, Himeno's body appears clearly. Directly across from me on the walkway where I currently stand, Himeno, Saganuma Reiko, is standing there. She's holding the captured Mari. Mari! Do not move. You know what will happen if you do, right? Big sister. I got caught. Saganuma Reiko has Mari by the collar, tightly restraining her. It goes without saying that there's a major difference in stature between Mari and Himeno. She holds her off as if she intends to enact violence on her captive. Mari puts a smile on her pained face. The fact that she's forcing her smile is clear as day. The order in which she does things is important. After I kill this brat, I'll cast aside the flesh of this vessel and assimilate myself into the aquarium. Once my mansion aquarium is complete, I'll curse you and end your life. So keep quiet and observe. Stop calling Mari a brat already, and stop calling Himeno a vessel. Is there any meaning whatsoever in all of that? For me, the role one plays takes precedence, and in my world, I am at the center. How awful. I can't think of you as human. Mari alone is bad enough, but Himeno is being held hostage here as well. If Himeno drowns, I can't save her. How can I possibly save both of them? I frantically search my thoughts. Saganuma Reiko isn't taking her eyes off of me, and blah, 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 blah. At the same moment, I become aware of her stare. She laughs boldly. Miyu, you're the one who's at fault. What? With that brief phrase, she's halted my thoughts. Just like the bizarre phenomenon at the deep-sea fish booth, her voice and tone are unmistakably Himeno's. Leaving me in that terrifying place? It's all your fault that I've ended up like this, Miyu. If you had just told me the truth about yourself, we wouldn't have gotten into a fight. Instead of deciding everything on your own, I wouldn't have ended up like this. Himeno, so that's how you saw it. Even though Saganuma Reiko is possessing her, those words just now were none other than Himeno's. I see Himeno as my best friend. Because of that, I know that those words are how she truly feels. You know, I thought of you as my best friend, Miyu, but that was just my own misconception. You didn't care what happened to me, did you, Miyu? That's not... My words of denial come out, shrouded in uncertainty. Himeno's expression is a serious one. It's the face I saw when we fought, looking a little like she might cry, but very angry. I came all this way for Himeno. Why are things getting so messed up here at the very end? Himeno, I'm sorry. Don't give up again, big sister! As I start to look down, Mari's voice calls me back. Mari? When I've been in an argument, I've lied too. Even though I love you, I said I hated you. This lady is making the same face I made at those times. Didn't I tell you not to speak? Saganuma Reiko squeezes the base of Mari's neck even tighter. Mari instantly shuts her eyes and looks at me through thin slits. Mari! I'm alright, big sister. With a pained expression, Mari continues to smile. I love you, big sister. Just the way that you are. I told you to shut up, didn't I, you little brat? Bye-bye, big sister. Just as she hinted at it with her tone, Saganuma Reiko tosses Mari into the tank water. Even at that last moment, Mari's face was smiling. Mari! It's almost a reflex. I dive into the tank. Serves you right! I hate such juvenile ways of thinking. Saganuma Reiko's shrill laughter resonates from overhead. I swim after Mari as she sinks to the bottom of the tank. Swimming isn't exactly my forte, but no matter what, I want to save her. Die, die, die! This way I'll finally be free! My soul will finally become one with this man's aquarium! I swim deeper and deeper. I notice that Mari's body is beginning to float up little by little. The tanks here in the aquarium contain a great deal of salt. Much like seawater, the force with which something is thrown in disappears against the water resistance, causing it to float. I will save Mari. I reach out my hand and grab Mari's. I don't know if I actually touch Mari's hand, but I definitely have the sensation that I've grabbed something. Just like that, the two of us float upward. At this speed, we should be able to keep breathing. This time I was able to save you. Mari, I was able to save you. Thank you, big sister. I don't think I can consider it saving her if she's already dead. This time I was able to hold the hand of my one and only little sister, whom I was unable to save 5 years ago. The thoughts and feelings that have lingered for 5 years were finally able to get through. I am unbelievably happy. My, what a pity. Huh? That transient joy is smashed away in the blink of an eye. Saganuma Reiko has also leapt into the tank. Riding the force of her dive, she grabs hold of us and pulls us toward the bottom of the tank. Ugh. Her strength is so great, it's impossible to think of it as human. No matter how great Himeno's reflexes are, there should be no way for her to drag 2 people underwater. This is the manifestation of Saganuma Reiko's grudge. I thought I would properly curse you to death, but I've changed my mind. You can die here with your best friend. I can hear Saganuma Reiko so clearly. Her voice seems to be echoing right through my mind. Despite the fact that we're underwater, it rattles my brain like the clanging of a bell. And become a piece of my grudge, giving shape to my men's aquarium. This old lady is so annoying. What did you say? Mari's faint voice mixes with Saganuma Reiko's reverberating shrill laugh. What? Is she using the fish? Big sister, I'm so glad you saved me in the end. Mari is enveloped by a white light spreading out from her chest. The light gradually grows larger, quickly spreading throughout the entire tank. Take good care of your friend. The light mixes with the water, becoming a faint blue light. Within it, numerous fish swim about. What is this light? This brat shouldn't be able to. All of them hate you, lady. What are you trying to do? I'm only trying to get my tranquility. No, stop! Even within the brilliant light, I can still clearly see what's going on. Several fish are opening and closing their mouths, pulling on Himeno's body. No, they're pulling something out of Himeno's body. Stop! Stop this! Himeno's body is becoming double-layered. One is Himeno, the other is Saganuma Reiko's body. Saganuma Reiko's body, her soul is, little by little, being torn away from Himeno's body by the fish. You all stop! Stop this! We won't stop. This time it's my turn to save my big sister. Oddly, even though I'm underwater, I don't feel as if I'm suffocating. There have been various strange phenomena within Manton Aquarium. I have seen many odd things. However, the sight of the fish's counterattack unfolding before my eyes is by far the most fierce. They are filled with the energy of lives just freed from so much hatred and resentment. I'll curse you. Even if I die, I'll curse you! Impossible. The fish here are going to eat every last bit of your soul. What on earth is Mari? I don't get it, but this is what I decided to do, so I've done it. Could it be that you've become one with the aquarium before I could? Don't toy with me. Stop this! Saganuma Reiko's body has already become completely detached from Himeno's. With a look of anguish on her face, her body is being picked at by the fish. The contours of her flesh are gradually becoming distorted as Saganuma Reiko sinks away. In contrast, I'm floating toward the top of the tank. It isn't because I'm swimming, nor because of buoyancy. Orca, sea lions, and various other sea mammals are pushing Himeno and I up. You little! This is all that I can do. From within the light, I hear Mari's voice. Mari's body is no longer next to us. So hang in there just a little longer, big sister. The past. It's what created the current me. All of the things accumulated from the past, that's what I used to think made me who I am. But Mari's radiance taught me something. We are all surrounded by the possibilities of the future. The past isn't everything I am. It's something that remains in my heart to push me further along. Big sister. See you later. Yes, definitely. We'll meet again, Mari. This is my farewell. As the light fades, my breathing begins to steady. As for how much time has passed, it hasn't been more than a matter of minutes. I had lost consciousness. I've returned to the walkway on top of the tunnel tank. Next to me, Himeno is sleeping. Hey! Himeno? Even as I call out to Himeno, there is no response. Huh? Wait, could she? I begin to feel apprehensive. It isn't possible. We were in the water for a very long time. The amount of endurance it took was well beyond the norm. On top of that, she was possessed by a spirit. I can't even imagine how much stamina that would drain away. It can't be. It can't be! Trying not to think the worst, I rest my ear on Himeno's chest. Pressing into the soft feeling of her chest, I concentrate very hard. Ba-ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum. I can hear the sound of her heartbeat, thumping in a slow but steady rhythm. I'm so glad. She's probably just sleeping now, but Himeno is alive. The colony of parasites that were growing within Himeno back at the stage seemed to be completely gone now. Their attack on Himeno must have also been a part of the grudge of Manton Aquarium. I was able to save you. I really was able to save you. A great joy gradually fills my chest. Upon hearing Himeno's pulse, my body goes limp. Ta-da! I was actually awake! Ah! Sitting up with great vigor, Himeno spreads both arms wide. Surprised, I lose my balance and start to fall from the walkway. Ah, watch out! Himeno embraces me, pulling me close to her. Realizing I won't fall, I embrace her back. Jeez, I was so worried, Himeno. I'm a bit embarrassed, but thanks. Himeno breaks away from me and suddenly stands up. I'm so glad it's not Saganuma Reiko, but the cheerful as always Himeno. Finally feeling a real sense of relief, my tears gradually begin to flow. Hey, what are you crying? Why are you crying, Mayu? Because you... The thread of tension that was pulled so tight begins to loosen at once. Too much has happened in this Manton Aquarium. Still, somehow I was able to overcome it all. I was saved by so many people. All of it was for this very moment. Well, where are we? Huh? In other words, Himeno still has almost no idea what happened here. The one who was talking to me was Saganuma Reiko to the end. It wasn't Himeno. Well, where should I start? Well, how about from the beginning? Just as Himeno tilts her head and looks at me once more, the walkway suddenly begins to shake. An earthquake? Leaving us no time to be surprised, the shaking grows more intense. Unlike the poltergeist phenomena in the director's office, the entire room is shaking. But this doesn't seem to be a natural phenomenon. I grab Himeno's hand and motion for her to climb down the ladder. No, it's surely begun to crumble. Crumble? I forcefully bring Himeno, who looks like she wants to tell me she doesn't understand this at all, along with me. The ending has begun for everything that this red mantin aquarium held. Despite the fact that we may not understand everything about the grudge of the souls, the space is about to be destroyed. We should head for the exit. At this point, I can't think of anything else. The law of Mantin Aquarium is that every time one passes through a door, the time axis changes. The biggest boundary here would definitely be the entrance and exit gate. I don't really get it, but I guess at this rate we have to hurry, right? Yeah, let's go. Miyu, you're pretty reliable. What are you saying? Jeez, let's hurry! Quickly climbing down the ladder, we rush through the staff passageway. Meanwhile, the ground continues to tremble, causing us to stumble as we move on. As we come out of the staff passageway, we are taken aback. The booths in Mantin Aquarium themselves look like they've been completely eaten up by bugs and worms. The tunnel tank is cracked throughout, and numerous holes are opening up in the floor. What's going on? I think it'd be pretty bad if you fell into one of the holes. Be careful. Let's go. Yeah, okay. Given the circumstances, our steps speed up. Before I know it, we've reached the Tokyo Bay Fish booth, the booth closest to the exit. Passing through the place we came to first, the gate is right before our eyes. We can see the elevator and reception area on the other side of the gate, however, there's nothing else there. A strange mist hangs in the spaces between the numerous automatic turnstiles. From all throughout the mist comes a bright light. It's alright. I'm sure this is it. My instinct tells me so. When I realize I'm standing in front of the gate with Himeno, I am deeply moved. I hear the sound of teardrops falling. Finally, we made it here. Himeno probably just tilts her heads at my heads. I feel like she has more than one. Himeno probably just tilts her head at my brooding words. It's been such a long journey. Okay, let's go home. Himeno? I take Himeno's hand and ask quietly, but she suddenly looks down. You know, Mayu. Her voice is quiet. As Himeno says my name, her voice has taken on a serious air, one different from when we fought or from our fun chats at lunchtime. What's wrong, Himeno? I actually do have memories of when Saganuma Reiko took over my body. Could they be from that time? That time when Himeno told me what was in her heart. Himeno told me straight out her true feelings, her dissatisfaction, without hiding anything. Yeah, Miyu, you probably thought that was a trick by Saganuma-san to confuse you, but those were my true feelings. Without any lie, those were the feelings inside of me, so they came out of my own mouth. I see. Yeah, your true feelings. That's right. At one time I hated you. Even though I don't feel that way at all now, I love you. I did feel that way, that I detested you. Since you risked your life to save me, Miyu, I can't seriously lie to you. I can't keep hiding that from you. Himeno. That's why I can't go with you. Miyu, I'm sorry, but Still looking down, Himeno lets go of my hand. As the rumbling in the ground continues, the wearing away of Mantin Aquarium steadily gets worse. Clearly it's a sign that before long this Mantin Aquarium will disappear. Just once, I ask a question within myself. I hear the sound of Himeno weeping. It's rare for her to cry. But when we see touching movies, she always cries. I wonder why is Himeno crying with such a brooding face? I don't understand the reason. Himeno, you're such a fool. Huh? We're best friends. The parts that I like, the parts I don't. Friends accept all of it. I tightly grab the hand that she has pulled away. Miyu! Himeno lifts her head, tears accumulating in her eyes, and rushes over to me. The two of us together pass through the gate. So what happened to Hiyoshi-san? Huh? This is... Staggering, we come out of the gate. Everywhere we look, people. People. Customers and employees, there are innumerable amounts of people. Fish are only swimming within the tanks. The color of the water isn't red, and I can't sense any abnormality anywhere. Mayu, this is it, isn't it? Yes, we've come back. We were able to get back. As my eyes settle on the information desk at the entrance, a sudden wave of relief washes over me. Too much has happened since we came here. Himeno and I may have some minor injuries, but we've returned to the real world more or less unscathed. I can't take anymore. I'm so happy. Himeno, we're back. Exhausted, I can no longer hold back everything welling up inside me. My eyes suddenly feel hot, and large droplets overflow from them. I'm so glad. Hey, Mayu, if you cry in a place like this... I know. The people around us have no way of knowing what we've been through. I'm just a junior high school girl who suddenly started to cry. I'll definitely be seen as a strange girl. Want to find some place on the edge of the room? I'll go buy some cocoa. No, let's go together. I don't want to be apart. Okay. You're such a baby, Miyu-chan. You idiot. We sit in the rest area and Himeno pats my back. Just as I start to calm down, I glance at my watch. According to the time, it's about 8 o'clock at night. Our whole ordeal wasn't even a full 8 hours. Even so, it was the most densely packed period of time in my life. Say, Mayu, what's up, Himeno? I love you! Saying this is a conspicuously loud voice, Himeno winks at me. Hey, that's a bit sudden. Averting my eyes, I push Himeno away, but I can't keep a smile off my face. I don't know which of us is more embarrassed. I wanted to protect this smile, and I did. A bubbling warmth begins to boil over from within. I feel the same. Well then, let's go get some ice cream. Now? Won't we be late getting home? It's alright, I can help you with your excuse. In that case, I'll go shopping with you. Having pulled my hand away from Himeno, I board the elevator. The me up to this point would probably have just gone on home. Coming home late once in a while is probably okay. Right now I want to live in this very precious moment. Manton Aquarium. That place that takes up no more than one corner of Manton East Building is somewhere I can never forget. A sea of stars, a river of lights. Everyone is everyone, just one of those lights. Twinkling frantically, the light of life. It doesn't matter if it's fish or people. For both, it's an equally harsh world. Meetings and farewells. A resolution to overcome the farewell that pierces my heart. My heart drips endlessly, just a powerless little drop. However, that sound is surely resonating somewhere. Man. That's insane. I did not expect any of that. That's awesome. I love this. This is such a great game. I don't really know what the message was. I think it was something along the lines of not letting the past define you. Like, it is an important part of who you are, but you can't let it constantly be in the way of your life. And I think this was also showing that you should treasure the people around you. But I'm still very confused about Hiyoshi-san. Like, what happened to him? I'd like to know, but, well, we'll see what happens, if there's anything after these credits. Actually, now that I think about it, there's one character that we never actually saw who was in the opening. I'm very curious as to who that character is now. Oh well, I'm satisfied with the ending I got, so I'm probably not going to replay this until I've mostly forgotten the story. I'll probably check out some other people and see what they got. Sekai Project was a part of this too? Jeez, I'm finding them everywhere. Man, if this company creates another game, I am totally gonna play it. Just saying. Oh, there's more. The quiet rain. Pitter-pat, pitter-pat. The drops make a small sound as they land on the girl's umbrella. The droplets of water bursting open mixes with the scent of the trees lining the street and the asphalt, making Himeno, who is taking deep breaths, aware of the smell of rain. She had thought it would be a good idea to come on a day there was no club, but today just happens to be a rainy day. Since it would have been a simple training and meeting, Himeno would have been done and heading home within an hour. Turning down her clubmate's invitation, Himeno headed for Manton on her own. She has plans with Mayu again this weekend, so today is her only chance to come alone. In order to distinguish herself, to take action as Mayu's best friend. Himeno finds a flower shop she read about in a magazine, and closing her umbrella, heads inside. There are several flowers reminiscent of the summer season, cute yellow safflowers and hydrangeas adorned with the melancholic color of rain. Even though Himeno enjoys visiting different shops, she has little experience with buying flowers. With such a sweet smell wafting through the small store, Himeno decides to come here again with Mayu. I have a question about these flowers. Having finished her shopping, Himeno once again walks through the rainy Manton. Her destination is none other than Manton East Building. As she had thoroughly checked the map yesterday, she is able to reach her destination without issue. Heading through the lobby that is crowded whether it's raining or not, Himeno rides the elevator. Manton quickly shrinks away from Himeno's sight. Going through the entrance, Himeno buys a student ticket. The lady at the reception desk is the same one that was there yesterday, with her dark brown hair pulled back in a bun. Her lips, slightly painted with pink lipstick, form a smile, and she asks, You came yesterday as well, didn't you? You're alone today? Seeing a junior high schooler alone is probably a rarity. Himeno is pleased that the lady remembers her face. Yes, it was really fun, so I'm here again today. Thank you so much. Well then, please enjoy your visit. Of course. Returning the lady's smile, Himeno politely declines the year-long pass the lady has offered her. Visiting more than 3 times in 1 year earns a free visit, but it would be better to get the year-long pass when Mayu is with her. Himeno passes her ticket through the ticket gate and once again enters Mountain Aquarium. As it's already evening, most of the customers are adults, particularly couples. How nice. A boyfriend says, "I'm sorry" to his girlfriend after being over an hour late due to working overtime. Although this has left her in a foul mood as they walk around the aquarium, a smile slowly overtakes her whole face. Finally, they end their day at a restaurant with a view of the town, clinking their wine glasses. While aspiring to such an adult romance, Himeno sighs at the notion of having no such prospects in the present. Of course, after staring into the tanks for a while, one loses awareness of the other customers. Mountain Aquarium is one little universe that Himeno is familiar with. After taking a brief look around, Himeno leaves the aquarium. Though Himeno thinks she'll head on after a meal at a cafe on the 2nd floor, she ends up having reservations about going in alone and, distracted by her hunger, gets a smoothie made from dark leafy greens from the juice bar. Once again riding the elevator, she heads for Mountain Aquarium. The night sky visible from the elevator reminds her of another starry sky. Huh, it's just nothing but the cosmos. Putting the name Mountain to shame, Himeno sees the starry sky in various places, in the aquarium and the night sky, even in golden nail polish and in aromatherapy candles. But the real vastness of the starry sky is something Himeno still doesn't know. However, Himeno isn't worried about such a thing. Each day spent with her best friend sparkles, and Himeno now knows how precious that is from the bottom of her heart. I forgot something. Mountain Aquarium is now closing. All of the customers are heading for the elevator. Heading for the lady who is about to close the reception area shutter, Himeno calls out to her with a pained smile. It's the same lady with the dark brown hair. I'll come right back, so may I please go get it? You forgot something? Half of the lights have been turned out. Shall I accompany you? No, that's alright. I'm coming here tomorrow as well. I see. Well then, we're closing up, so please hurry back. Himeno quickly passes through the ticket gate, exits the Fish of Tokyo Bay booth, and heads for the tunnel tank. Just as the lady said, the inside is much darker than it was in the middle of the day. I'm here. Himeno stands at the center of the tunnel tank and rests her hand on the tank glass. It isn't as if there's anyone else around, but Himeno looks up and speaks in a gentle voice. You probably can't hear me anymore, but I have something I think I should say. Mari-chan. In the blink of an eye, Himeno is brought to tears, her voice shaking. It's my fault Mayu had to face something so scary. I didn't know anything about her past. I hadn't even tried to. Even though I talked so much about ghosts and all, I could never have imagined. Himeno leans on the tank, looking down. If she doesn't, her body will give out completely. It seems as if the strength to hold up her body is leaving in turn with her overflowing emotions. Since you were there, Mari-chan, we were able to come back. I was able to make it out, without losing something precious to me. As she says this, Himeno pulls a flower from a shopping bag. It's a blue rose. It's only one, but it holds my feelings. Leaving flowers here would of course be in the way of others, but she at least wants to get her feelings across, so just one flower. Thank you so very much, Mari-chan. Somehow, rest in peace. Her words serve to accompany the flowers, then Himeno puts her hands together. It is probably only several seconds that pass in real time. However, time is not the problem. For Himeno, it is the depth of what fills that time, of her very precious sentiment. Okay, I'll probably get in trouble. Himeno wipes away the tears that have gathered at the corners of her eyes and jogs toward the exit. She never hears any sort of reply, therefore this is probably nothing more than her satisfying herself. However, this is Himeno's farewell, and her decision. A farewell to her best friend's little sister, and a resolution to properly watch over Mayu and to support her. Saying thank you to the lady at the reception desk, Himeno heads for the elevator once more. Someday we'll... Grateful that she is alone in the elevator, Himeno gazes up at the nightscape and murmurs. Tomorrow life will go on as it always has. However, for Himeno, she'll begin to move forward just a bit each day. finished. Achievement unlocked. Himino. That must be the ending I got. Let's see. Yeah. There's 4 other ones. I'm kind of interested in what they are, but I'm not going to start right away in getting into the other ones. I probably will later, at some point. Anyway, that has been Sound of Drop, Fall into Poison. And I hope you've enjoyed the journey with me. I've certainly enjoyed myself in this tale. And I'm really happy that I got it. So yeah, if you want to check out any of the other endings for yourself, buy this game. It's on Steam for like $7 some, so it's pretty cheap. At least that's what it is for Canadian anyway. I don't know about any other currency. But yeah. See you in the next one, guys. Later.